Yo, what is up, y'all? We're gonna be talking about today Power Rangers 2017, one of my favorite movies. Now, let's get into it. So, Power Rangers is very awesome, phenomenal. As you guys know, it's a very nice thing. Guys got morphers, got different colors of people that has different types of powers. Some of them being animalistic, some of them being Jurassic, like going back into dinosaurs, having them morphers and Megazords. Big Voltron versus big bugs or just monsters that we can't even comprehend. It's very crazy, right? Cool. Now, this movie 2017, I took a look at it, but it felt like a breath of fresh air because the pacing of it felt a little different. I'll say different. It was focused more on the human side this time because I watched Mighty Morphin, I watched Time Force, SPD, I watched Power Rangers, Jungle Fury, I watched all these others, Ninja Storm, Super Samurai, Samurai. The list just goes on and on and on and on. But this one was focused more on a donut shop. Krispy Kreme. I kid you not. Yes, there's comical stuff in there, but everything's centered around Krispy Kreme. Like Krispy Kreme donuts, bro. I was mind blown. But I did like the whole thing of the delinquents. It kind of started off kind of negative in a way, like, yeah, we're like delinquents and nobody likes to go to the school. And it felt like the people that was in that cast should have never been in that school. If they would have positioned it where they wasn't in like a delinquent school and maybe in just a regular school, I would have been okay with that, you know? But saying that the main character, you know what I'm saying, he can't control himself and blah 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 blah, he's too aggressive and he's now a delinquent. I don't know, it kind of took away the genuinity of the Power Rangers because the Power Rangers are not known, like they're known to like get in trouble, but with the enemies, you know what I'm saying? Not the freaking IRL. IRL, the Power Rangers are actually helping their community. We see it time and time again that the Power Rangers, when they're off duty, they're talking. They're either helping somebody because they all work at like the library. They work at the gym. They do stuff. They do stuff for the community. So to hear that the Power Rangers are like delinquents and they're all like bad teens, it kind of set the dynamic a little bit crazy. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Now, going into the whole aspect of them transforming and morphing for the first time, I think it took way too long to get to the actual scene when they actually started to morph. I was kind of, I like the story, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like it lacked fights. It lacked fights. I will say the only fights we really had was without the morpher. And when, what's her name? The girl with the staff. She pulled up and hold on, let me see who's the girl with the staff. So the enemy, Rita Repulsa and Goldar. So she smacked these guys up. You know what I'm saying? She pulled up and was like, huh, I knew you guys was gonna come in. Let's not forget about the bed scene where she pulled up on that dude's bed. Was like, hi. And he was just like, oh shiz. Like, she literally pulled up to the Power Rangers house while they was sleeping. Looked them in the eye like this.
Oh, hell
and was
no!
like, yo. What in the Obito? Didn't Obito did that to Naruto? Like when Obito was like, yeah, Obito definitely did that to Naruto because Naruto was sleeping in one episode. I think this is in Shippuden. And Obito was just in his window just like, I mean, I could kill you now, but let me just troll for a bit. Obito could have ended that series, but that's a whole different discussion. She did that. Obviously, the Pink Power Ranger was she couldn't. Rita Repulsa said, listen, I need gold. I need this amount of gold. I need you to do this, or you guys are not going to get it back. The whole pacing, it just felt like the Power Rangers was too weak. And at that scene where they fighting her for the first time and she captures them, that would have been a nice way to actually let them morph. Time and time again, in other Power Rangers series, we've seen in times of that they're powerless, that's where the power comes from. The morphing grid shouldn't just activate at the end, near end of the movie. The morphing grid should activate when the Power Rangers are in the heightened state of their defenseless. We see time and time again that Power Rangers that doesn't know that they're Power Rangers, they pick up a rock. They pick up something, right? And they're able to morph in times that their attacks are too weak. You know what I'm saying? The morphing grid was supposed to be able to sense that they are in trouble and they should have morphed. Regardless if they was in the heart for it or not, regardless if they wasn't pure heart or pure this, they're delinquents. It was said in the show, well, not in the show, the movie, that they're delinquents. You expect delinquents to sit here, oh yeah, rainbow is magic, you know what I'm saying? Friendship is magic, go with the elements of harmony in their head and they're gonna transform. No. Sometimes each Power Rangers, the way how they get their forms is through adversity. So if they're getting their ass beat by these enemies that's on the Power Rangers, you know, that's the enemies that they're fighting, like Rita Repulsa and Godar. We're going to talk about Godar in a bit. But if they're fighting Rita Repulsa and they're too weak, the morphing grid, I'm going to just use my watch as an example. The morphing grid should have sensed it. It should have sensed, hold on, I need more power. I don't know what this is about. And then boom, they just instantly transform. It's like, what is this? That would have been cool, because then we would have saw the first fight between them morphed against Rita Repulsa. That would have been an extra fighting scene that they could have added. More fighting scenes, more Cataclysm events. The audience that was there at the end to see the fight, the Megazord fight was terrible. I did not like it. I don't like how each, the Megazord, how it was constructed. So, one Ranger controls the leg, one Ranger, no. Frick that. Hell no. I like the suits. The suits are a little futuristic-ish, but the Megazord, no. They shouldn't have Power Rangers all on each, like, limb and controlling, like, what are we doing? Hell no. In Samurai, right? In Power Rangers Samurai, you saw them, they had their sword. Everybody did the same stance, and they was able to do slashes. Whenever they kick, you saw all the Power Rangers kick. Whenever they, you know, it was all in coordination. You didn't have each Power Rangers inside, like, each limb. It was them all on one floor, and everything that the Red Ranger did, or all the Rangers did, that's what the Megazord did. And that's what I liked about the show, depending, you know, from the actual movie 2017. So I did not like that. I did not like that entire Megazord battle. I think Godar should have rolled up on us first. Godar should have been the reason why they morphed first. The Rita Repulsa trying to kidnap them and tie them up and take them out, that should have been Godar. Godar should have tested the Rangers. He should have been. Because if we're going to fight him at the end of the Megazord battle, which we know, make that the theme. Obviously, it couldn't do that. I do like the movie. The movie was awesome, but I do feel like there was so much potential with this movie. I think it was wasted more on explaining more life. Like, okay, they could have explained more, but in the midst of explaining and trying to build up characters, have fights. You know what I'm saying? Have some fights. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's sitting there watching Power Rangers. Like, if you like Spider-Man, do you like Spider-Man because he's Spider-Man all the time, or do you like his human life mixed in with his superhuman life? And I feel like the movie for the first 3 quarters focused on the human life, and the last quarter, Power Ranger. That's where they screwed up. That's where they screwed up. Great actors, great everything, great actors. These guys are great actors. I like them. I like this cast. But the morphing, the guy that was in the wall, Zordon, said, oh, there was others Power Rangers just like you guys. And yeah, so why didn't you activate when we was getting chased down by Rita? They had the stones in their pockets. Anytime they could have morphed and gave a challenge. What was the budget for this video, for this movie? I don't know. Maybe they didn't have enough budget to cover. But hey, this is 2017. My rating for the video, I do like it. I just wish they had more. Like, I left that movie wanting more. I didn't like the Power Ranger Megazord fight. I liked it, duh, but it didn't feel like Power Rangers. It just felt like, yeah, I'm gonna be Peter Parker until I need to be Spider-Man for the last part of the movie. Nah. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not how that goes. The audience is there. Usually, Rita Repulsa, whenever she does stuff, the Goldar and the enemies, they should have made them attack humans. Meaning, because in the shows, right, the enemies are attacking humans. They might destroy buildings. Boom. You know what I'm saying? They might destroy stuff to get the Rangers' attention. And the Rangers might be at different spots inside the city. One might be at the mall shopping. One might be at school. I like that variety whenever the Rangers are doing something casual. And in between doing something casual, here's the enemy that we need to fight. It's right here. It is somehow destroying something and it's nearby. Hey, Rangers, we have somebody. Goldar is making mess over here. Another way that they could have added extra fights. Now, my rating for it, I'll give it a 7. A 6.5, but a 7. Because I did enjoy the human experience that they try to give us. I did enjoy the whole thing with his ankle bracelet. I'm not going to sit here and say negative things about it because there was stuff I like about it. We're going to talk about that now. Things I liked about it. The human experience, them explaining each of the girls. Now, people say that they don't like the Pink Ranger because she was mean to one person. So when they started doing back to her, she started acting like the victim. Yeah. This is why I think the entire cast, the way how the script was written, and this is please Saban, I love Power Rangers. Do not shadow ban me. Now I'm playing. But please don't. Hey, if you need a Power Ranger to kick it up or like, do some slashing techniques, I'm your guy, okay? I'm actually avid in this. I would love to have my own show, okay? I would love to add my own show.
Boy, if you don't...
But, you feel me? Why did you write these Power Rangers as delinquents? They're not delinquents. That's what started the negative. And when you start off with telling people who change the world with morphing powers, saying they're delinquents, the other cast is probably going to be written just as bad or even worse. The only guy that was really good was his grandma. Yo, kudos to his grandma. I'm glad that she's starting to recover, and I pray that she's well and fully recovered. That thing didn't come out there. They knocked out just like freaking the enemy they did in that movie. Feel me? W. Amen to that. Besides him, I like the black guy. The black guy, obviously because I'm black. Now I'm playing. But I like him because he was like nerdy and just misunderstood. It felt like he had the gadgets. He is the smart person. They always make the Blue Ranger the gadget guy. And they always make him black. Don't know why. I'm not going to question the choices. Just makes you think, like, why is always, all the time, the black person is always like the gadget techie inventor? You know what I'm saying? It's like he is the inventor. He's the smartest. He's like one of the smart ones. He thinks about his situations. We see that in Samurai, that the Blue Ranger was the tech guy. You feel me? The Blue Ranger was the tech guy. He's the guy who actually, like, he made inventions and he made his own weapon in Samurai. So I wish he would have probably did something to kind of extract the gold from Rita Repulsa, because maybe that would have helped too, to be honest. But movie rating, I'm going to say 7. 7 out of 10. If you guys, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about the movie? What do you guys think about the movie? You guys like it? You guys don't like it? Tell me in the comments below. Are you a Power Ranger fan? If you are a Power Ranger fan, drop it in the comments as well. Also, if you guys want to see more videos, you know what to do. Like, share, peace, love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Cyrus, solid, move, flip, stop, getting by, woo, tick, top, special set them like, move, flip, stop, got so paralyzed, move, flip, stop, don't keep them idolized, move, flip, stop, getting by, move, flip, stops, watch me set them like move, flip, stop, that's a paralyzed move, flip, stop, don't keep them idolized.